Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, could Giannis Antetokounmpo be the reason Kawhi Leonard resigns with the Clippers? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Well, anyway, let me get into this topic. Yeah, I see you. I'm sure wondering, why is this guy grinning? Don't worry, when I get to the end of this video, you're gonna know why I'm grinning. Anyway, we all know Giannis right now is the talk of the town, right? He's the new flashy toy for everybody, and deservingly so. Right, deservingly so. I think a lot of people just feel like it's a breath of fresh air to see somebody else win an NBA title. I think a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I think a decent amount of people out there are happy to see Giannis finally win, right? Because they know, listen, this guy's been taking a lot of flack from a lot of people. Recently, Kendrick Perkins, before he won the title, called him the Robin to Chris Middleton's Batman. They go your boy. So the people have been hating on Giannis, and they've been trying to diminish him in some way. But I think a lot of fans have been coming out to support Giannis and say, listen, no, this dude deserves it, right? He's not KD, he's not Kawhi Leonard, but he's Giannis. He's a dominant power forward. They can handle the ball. That is a two-way player that makes plays on both sides of the court, that hustles his tail off every single possession, doesn't take off any plays. So, listen, you gotta be happy when you see a guy like that win an NBA championship. And I think a lot of people appreciate that, because one thing you can say about Giannis is that he didn't cheat the game. He's out there, he's trying his best. Sometimes he'll shoot a free throw, he'll miss, but he still keeps on attacking, right? And I think a lot of people appreciate that, because it speaks to how resilient of a person, of a human being he is. I think a lot of people like the fact that he's authentic. He has a myriad of dimensions to his personality. You see serious Giannis, playful Giannis, he seems like a normal person, right? He doesn't seem like somebody that's trying to put on a persona. He just seems like he is who he is. And I think a lot of people are beginning to connect with that. Funny enough, they said that this guy can't be one of the faces of the league, but it looks like he's a very relatable person. Now, obviously, he's 6'11", so you can't relate to him on that level, because how many people are 6'11" and up, or 6'10" and up? There are very few people out there, but nevertheless, he still seems like a relatable guy, like somebody, if you sat down, you met him somewhere, you would be able to have a nice, normal conversation with. So anyway, after that, Giannis, after he won his title, Giannis made a comment during a press interview about when he was asked about how he won his title. Now, this seems to be the soundbite that's kind of circulating, and this soundbite is really at the heart of what I'm discussing in today's video. So before I go too far, for the people that haven't heard it, or just to kind of reiterate the point so the idea is crystal clear in your mind, I want you guys to take a listen to what Giannis had to say after winning his title, about teaming up and the process of winning this championship. So take a listen.
When you resigned your contract, your extension, I'm sure it was with this in mind. Well, could you imagine it happening for you the way that it's happened?
No, man. I couldn't live. There was a job that had to be finished. I feel like the bubble did not pay us justice. We give credit to Miami Heat. They played great, but it did not pay us justice. Like, everybody was feeling homesick. We're a family-oriented team. We wanted to see our families, but coming back, I was like, this is my city. They trust me. They believed in me. They believed in us. Even when we were lost, the city still was on our side. And obviously, I wanted to get the job done. But that's my stubborn side. Like, it's easy to go somewhere and go and win a championship with somebody else. It's easy. I could go. I don't want to put anybody in the spot, but I could go to a super team and, just do my part and win a championship, still won. But this is the hard way to do it, and this is the way I chose to do it. And we did it.
Now, in that soundbite, Giannis said a few things, right? He said that this is the way you win a championship. He said it would have been easy for me to go out there and join a super team, just play my role and win a championship, but I decided to do it the hard way. This is the hard way, and this is how you do it. This is how it's supposed to be done. And I think, let me tell you something. When Giannis said that, first of all, I think he was taking a shot at wannabes and people that have already done it. I think he was speaking directly to Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and people that are thinking of doing the similar thing that these guys did, like James Harden and others, right? He's like, yo, stop trying to skip steps, right? And some people try to, no. He's not talking about LeBron. He's not talking about KD. He's talking about James Harden. I think he's talking about all of them. I think what Giannis is trying to address, what Giannis was attacking was the idea of trying to shortcut championships, teaming up, not willing to go through the process. I think that's what Giannis was attacking. Stop trying to take the shortcut. I think that's what he was really trying to get to, which made me begin to think about Kawhi Leonard. Why? Because y'all know Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player in the NBA. I've made that no secret. He's my favorite player because he reminds me a lot of my favorite player of all time in Kobe Bryant. And we all know that Kawhi has a very big decision to make in the offseason. Probably in the next 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, because free agency is starting, and I think some teams have already started making trades. If I'm not mistaken, the Memphis Grizzlies just pulled off a trade, I believe it was about 24 hours ago, 12 or 24 hours ago. So teams are starting to make moves, right? We all know that Kawhi Leonard is the biggest free agent out there, right? But there's been some kind of rumors out there saying that he may not resign with the Clippers. He may decide to go sign with the Dallas Mavericks. He may go sign with the Miami Heat. These can be possible landing destinations. But other people out there like Adrian Wojnarowski, Jalen Rose, and others have said, listen, there's no good reason for him to go sign anywhere else. Adrian Wojnarowski says he hasn't heard anything about Kawhi Leonard possibly contemplating to go sign to another team other than the Clippers and all of these different things. So this started to make me think about Kawhi Leonard. And I thought back to 2 years ago when Kawhi Leonard decided he wanted to join the Clippers organization to help them win their first championship. Because remember, prior to that, he had just helped the Toronto Raptors make history. The Toronto Raptors had never won a title. Never. Kawhi Leonard went there for 1 year, basically a 1 year rental, went there, led that team to an NBA Finals, and ultimately they captured the championship, right? So he was able to make a history with them. And when the late and great Kobe Bryant was alive, they asked him, they said, what do you think made Kawhi Leonard decide to sign with the Clippers over the Lakers? And he said, the video's out there. He said, Kawhi Leonard likes the challenge, right? He likes the challenge. I think he saw a program that he felt like he could impact in a positive way, help them get to where they've never been before. And that's the reason I believe that he decided to join the Clippers. He said probably the easiest thing he could have done is just join the Lakers, join LeBron and AD, form another super team and win another title. But he wanted the challenge. Right, he wanted the challenge, and is one of the reasons that makes me believe that secretly Kawhi Leonard appreciates what Giannis Antetokounmpo accomplished. I think he appreciates it because I think him and Giannis are on the same mental wavelength. I think these guys want to go through the process. I think they want to take. They like a challenge, and they like what comes with the challenge. Because listen, when you win a title as the man, especially for organizations that have been starving for championships, you're going to talk about decades without winning a title. It elevates your legacy, as you're seeing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, a lot of people are saying, listen, Giannis has done something that KD, LeBron James, and all these guys haven't done. And to be honest with you, it's true. Giannis has won a title, being the lone superstar. The only other players, thank you guys for correcting me, that have done that in the last decade are Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki did it, and Kawhi Leonard. Dirk Nowitzki, think about this. Dirk Nowitzki, with an aging Jason Kidd, who I think had to be about 35, 36 years old. JJ Barea, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler went to an NBA Finals against the Miami Heat that had a prime LeBron James, Dwayne Wade towards the tail end of his prime, and Chris Bosh in their prime, and beat that team. Think about this. If we're going to give LeBron the credit of, he beat the greatest team of all time, then what kind of credit do we need to give to Dirk Nowitzki, who beat the Miami Heat? If you guys remember, because I know some people have a very short memory or selective memory, so I like to call it selective amnesia, that Miami Heat team won 22 games in a row that same season. 22 games in a row. They went on a 22-game winning streak. They didn't start the season off hot, but then at one point once they started to click, they went on a 22-game winning streak. Went to the finals. They were the overwhelming favorites. The overwhelming favorites because in some people's mind they had the best player in the world. They were the only super team in the NBA. One of the reasons why LeBron came out there and said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. And I said, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. If he thought he was talking about himself, why didn't he say that when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Why didn't he not say not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, and I said not? Why didn't he say that? They knew what they were doing. They put together a super team, and they just wanted to run the board. And they went to the NBA Finals, ran up against a monster, a German monster, in Dirk Nowitzki. And he basically, you know, he took him to the shed. Dirk Nowitzki, that was one of the most impressive things and I think that was more impressive than what LeBron and these guys did against the Golden State Warriors. Because people keep talking, then 73, 1970, and that lost. How can you be the best team in history and that you lost? The greatest team of all time are the Chicago Bulls, the 72-10 Bulls. So Dirk Nowitzki did it. Kawhi Leonard did it with the Toronto Raptors. And Kawhi Leonard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, because I thought it was just for somebody came Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen was an all-star. Okay, so what do you say about Dirk? So Dirk's the greatest of all time then? So these are the three guys that did it, and I think Kawhi truly appreciates that. I think he saw what Giannis did, and he's one of the people that appreciates it. Do you ever see Kawhi Leonard and all of these open scrimmages, you know, all these guys with Carmelo Anthony and James Harden and these Kawhi's like, yo, I'm better than these dudes. What am I practicing with these guys for? And you know who was like that? Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was also like that. This guy's I'm not trying to work. Now, Jordan did it because I saw that in the Last Dance documentary during the Space Jam. They spoke about those scrimmages that they did, but Kawhi Leonard and these dudes are not trying to do that, man. They're not trying to do that. And I think that I think that what Giannis and Kawhi Leonard represent are a possible change of the narrative. This is why we need Giannis and these type of guys to win the championships. Because what we need to do is undo the AAU-ification of the of the NBA. I said this the other day. Some people thought I was being disrespectful to LeBron. Listen, I have LeBron in my top 5. I have him in my top 5, no doubt about it. But this is going to be a part of his legacy. There's no two ways about it. He started the player empowerment. The funniest thing about player empowerment, though, it seems that it only works for him. When it's somebody else, like Kevin Durant, it's the weakest move in NBA history. When he does it, it's player empowerment. I think LeBron, that will be one of the legacies that he leaves behind. That he tried to take the competition out of the sport. He tried to stack the deck, and he won titles doing it. Just 2 years ago, he tried to stack the deck again by adding Kawhi Leonard. No shame whatsoever, and that's something about LeBron I don't like. I have him in my top 5, but I don't like that. I don't like the fact that you're always trying to cheat the process, we need to get rid of that, and that's why it's important that Giannis, because this part of the NBA needs to be gone. It needs to be. People are tired of it. We need to get to basketball that's much more competitive and less predictable. We don't need these predictable outcomes where we know before the season starts, the two teams that are going to be in NBA final. Like, we don't need that anymore. We're done with that. Like, you've had your time in the sun. You've kind of messed up the game in a way. Now, he's brought some good things because he's helped grow the game, no doubt about it. But this is something that is definitely a part of his legacy. And I'm being honest. Some people say it's not being. I'm being truthful. I'm being truthful. No one is above reproach. No one, not even your favorite basketball player, not mine. This is something that needs to change, and I think people are starting to enjoy seeing people like Giannis win this title, because I've been reading some of the comments that you guys are leaving, and one of the reoccurring phrases out there that people are using is, "It's a breath of fresh air." That's what people have been saying. It's a breath of fresh air. And to be quite honest with you, this is what we need. Get out of here with this AAU-ification. Everybody clicking up and all of these dudes. What they call it, I don't know if it's a get along, go along. But that's what it's like. We need to get rid of these dudes. Like, this is enough. Get out of here with this. We've already experienced 10, 15 years of it. We need to get back to competitive basketball where there are no more super teams. People are competing against each other. You don't know who's going to win a championship, and where championships actually matter more because there's more competition. Let's get out of here with all of this. The Phoenix Suns were not a super team. They were a great team with 2 all-stars. The Clippers are not a super team. They were just a great team with 2 all-stars, 1 superstar, and an above, let's say an all-star, 1 tick above an all-star in Paul George, right? I don't think Paul George is a superstar. I don't think he's in that top tier, but he's there, right? They were not a super. The Lakers last year were not a super team. They had 2 great players, 2 top 10 players, and some great role players. That wasn't a super team. We need to get back to that instead of this, the Brooklyn. Enough of that. I think people have actually had enough. So those are my thoughts and opinions. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Oh, by the way, this is what I was laughing at because I know it's going to piss some people off, but so this is what I was cracking up about. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode.